Good afternoon, friends. Today we will be seeing a class on MLOps drivers. This MLOps drivers is also one of the MLOps fundamentals. So you need to know the various components of MLOps drivers. So we can see them one by one. So we can see what is MLOps drivers. So MLOps. So the word is meant by machine learning drivers. Drivers are the various components which are used in order to make the machine learning operation workflow effectively. So workflow is just a process. Process such that by using this process we can able to transform certain data, data or code or somewhat. So this is the process, how the model is trained, how the model is tested. This is the process. Workflow is the process, but the components which are used are the drivers. Usually the code along with data, along with artifacts, then along with infrastructure, then interface. Everything. So first we can see about data. What is meant by data? So in olden softwares, we call the data as just input data and output data, just as like that. But in machine learning operation, there are more kinds of data involved. Such as training data, test data. So many data are there. Monitoring data, and so many important data formats also there. Because is every data which has to be provided through during input must be structured. Must be structured, or it may be unstructured, and it can be converted from unstructured to structured. Such a way we can easily able to format it using some tools. So the data formats are important. Data, so that it may be structured into tables, or it may be available as text or images or videos. And this data will be always in the form of data sets. So data sets consist of numerous records, of the similar attributes. So set of attributes. It may have a different variety of different records. So that is the data. Data format and management of this data. Data involves various stages. Such as acquisition. If the data set is the image data set, the image can be acquisited. And it may be annotated and cataloged. So it has to be gathered. So next is the code. Code in the sense of code has three important modules. One is the training code, then another testing code, another is the application code. So the code in older softwares, there is just a source code. That may be any application.java. Because it is not an ML algorithm, it may be just any of the server applications. Java programs which may be executed from the server utilizing a data source, and it just requests the database. And it will just respond to the user. So the source code is just easily can be handled, but machine learning algorithms have uses both code and data. So such a way it can have a training code and a testing code. Separate process for training and a separate process for testing. So training code, what it acquires the training data. And in order to generate a training model. So what a training code does, training code has a machine learning algorithm. Okay, so many machine learning training algorithms will just acquire the machine training data and it will generate a training model. Okay, training model. What is done by training code and testing code? The training code, the three models, training code will just have the ML algorithm used for training. Okay, it may be any of the ML algorithms. Okay, either SVM or navigation or neural network. Any of the training ML algorithms may be available in the training code. Okay, and what is the input of the training code? It just gets the training data. Okay, no testing data is given as input to the training code. Okay, it just obtains the training data and it learns. Okay, learns in order to generate a learning model. Okay, constructs a learning model. Okay, or knowledge model. And what does the test code does? Test code inputs the knowledge model and the testing data in order to generate the output. Okay, output of the ML algorithm. So this is the ML modules. Okay, so then application code is a code used for iterating. Okay, the training and testing process. Okay, if the testing is done, okay, and it doesn't, okay, produce sufficient level of performance, if the training code outcomes or accuracy doesn't satisfy the learning performance, okay, or it doesn't give a required. So next we can see about what are artifacts. So artifacts are some part of the code, okay, or it may be the various modules of the code data, okay, components, okay. So these contain both code and data in a structured or serialized way, okay. It has various components such as system logs, training and testing matrices, okay, all vital to the pipeline success. Okay, so whatever the data, then serialized model, okay, serialized model or code, okay, code data sets, okay, system logs, training and testing metrics, all involved for what? Executing the ML model, okay. Not to execute ML model, we need all the artifacts, okay, such as data, okay, and code. Okay, so we can easily construct the artifacts for training, okay, having the various training data and training code, okay, then system logs and application code, okay. If we are having these all, we can create a module, okay, artifact, okay, such a we can easily construct a, okay, packed, okay, for packed out artifact, okay, so that the test training artifacts can be kept separate and testing or artifacts can be kept separate. Okay, then testing or artifacts may have testing data, testing code, okay, then model knowledge model from training data, okay, from training code, okay, it can be used for as an artifact in or for testing. Can you understand this? Okay,
So
then
we're not able to see the artifacts slide.
you can't able to see the artifacts slide.
Yes,
Sir,
sir.
we couldn't see any slides for.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we can continue. Okay, this is the, okay, this artifact data include data serialized models and code snippets. Okay, code snippets are one of the various artifact. Then system logs. Okay, what are the various trainings done? How much iterations have been done? Okay, everything will be logged. Okay, and the training and testing matrices. Training and testing matrices are various performance metric measures, okay, such as precision, recalls, okay. These are usually used for finding the performance of the training or testing code. Okay, so these are everything included as artifacts. So for an ML algorithm, these are mainly important components. These artifacts are essential. So the code snippets, okay, is the code snippets of training code or test code and system logs, okay, and serialized models, okay, serialized models are algorithms, okay, SVM or Navigation or ML or CNN, any of the algorithms, okay, and the various training and testing matrices, okay, all should be available, okay, and it should be managed, okay. It can be easily obtained by using some containers, okay, using some middlewares as containers, okay. There are mostly middlewares be converted into some artifacts, okay, having a system log can be just grouped together and which may be converted into some artifacts using some model registry applications, okay. Can you understand? So these middleware services usually used to, you can see the what is the middleware, okay. Middleware, why do we, middleware is also one of the drivers, okay. So middleware is some software components or acts as an interface, okay. Surely we call this middleware as an interface in order to effectively manage the data, okay, manage the code, data and other models, okay. Middleware, one of the best example for managing middleware is data management and code management middleware is called GitHub, okay. GitHub is used for storing the test data, train data, then test code and train code, okay. So in order to manage the various versions of test code and test data, we use a GitHub. Okay, can you understand? So middleware can be easily used for interfacing various data, okay, produced during the development stage. So that at each stage of development, particular code may be changed, okay, and it may be available as a different version, okay. So we need to use some kind of repository, okay, for source code management. Source code is nothing but the train code and test code, okay, in machine learning platform, okay. So similar to, we need some VNets, okay, VNets or virtualized nets for network configuration. If the ML code, okay, is does the network, okay, network operation, we need to configure some VNets, okay. Many machine learning codes may get the data from the customers, okay, through some network, okay. Next one is the infrastructure. Infrastructure, you all know, okay. Some of the major infrastructure needed are computing resources, okay. There or needed some resources, okay. Usually the computing resources may be offline or online, okay. Computing resources may be CPUs, okay, CPUs, okay, or it can be your desktops, or you can run a machine learning algorithm in your using your desktop, okay, or it can be run by some cloud-based CPUs. Can you understand? We can create an Amazon account and we can purchase some CPUs from the Amazon, and we can what? We can deploy our machine learning application in the cloud source, okay, yeah, in the cloud CPUs, so that it will, when we deploy that particular code in a particular instance in a cloud environment, it will be executed by the cloud based CPUs, okay. So why we need CPUs? No, for not for training the data set, but we need CPUs, am I right? So then only we can able to get the knowledge model, am I right? Then only we can able to get the knowledge model out from training, okay. So whenever we train or test, we need computation resource for processing our training and testing data, okay, in the using the training code or the test code. So these are the various infrastructures needed for executing a ML algorithm. So okay, these are the important drivers, okay.